At least 7 people have died and more are missing after heavy rain unleashed flooding in Greece, Turkey and Bulgaria. Video has emerged of locals pleading for help as cars were swept out to sea. For Greece, it compounds the heartbreak after 20 people died during a summer of devastating bushfires.
3/4 of a metre of rain in just one day, almost double what normally falls on Athens in a year. The result, catastrophic. In Pelion, this woman pleads for help as cars parked near the ocean are swamped. She just filmed this car with its lights on, disappearing below the surf. Earlier, the town's mayor had pleaded with locals to go home, warning rivers will break. This is what it looked like by nightfall. Greece's Prime Minister says, plain and simple, this is climate change. Just a week ago, the country declared the largest ever recorded wildfire in Europe's history. It's been called Storm Daniel, triggering flash flooding across Greece, Bulgaria and Turkey. In Istanbul, 2 people are confirmed dead. Dozens more became trapped by rising water inside the National Library, forming a human chain to walk themselves out. While to the north in Bulgaria, 2 people are dead and 3 others missing after being swept away. A state of emergency has been declared for one tourist area, with people told to move upstairs to avoid flooding on the ground floor of local hotels. This, the Greek PM says, represents the end of careless summers and a terrible foreshadowing of those to come. Ursula Hager for 10 News First. The former leader of America's far-right militia group, the Proud Boys, sobbed in court and begged for mercy as he was handed the longest sentence so far connected to the January 6 riots on the US Capitol. Enrique Tarrio has been jailed for 22 years for seditious conspiracy, 4 years longer than Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes. The Trump-appointed judge said even though Tarrio didn't go to the Capitol that day, he was the ultimate leader of what the prosecution called a calculated act of terrorism.
The jury agreed with the government that he directed this, that he recruited the individuals who were in place and led the assault on the Capitol with the express intention of preventing the peaceful transfer of power.
One of Tarrio's co-conspirators was also sentenced. As the judge read out his 10-year term, the convicted man shouted, "Trump won," repeating the lie that led to the insurrection in the first place. In the latest twist to a murder case that has gripped the US, lawyers for convicted killer Alex Murdaugh are now demanding a new trial. They've accused a court clerk of jury tampering, claiming she had private conversations with jurors in which she told them not to trust the accused, passed on media contacts and even wrote a book about the trial. Murdaugh is serving life without parole for the murder of his wife and son at the family's South Carolina compound. The last few thousand people trapped at the Burning Man festival are slowly making it out of the Nevada desert. Tens of thousands were stranded after violent storms turned the normally bone-dry Dust Bowl into a muddy swamp. Several roads have now been reopened, but police say it will still take hours to get free of the festival zone. A Colorado police officer is being hailed a hero after saving a man from a burning car.
230 arrival, cars fully engulfed.
Now, that was the view that greeted Officer Justin Hill before he sped back to the crash site. He tried to defeat the flames with a fire extinguisher before he and a bystander grabbed the trapped man and dragged him through the window to safety. Alcohol is believed to have contributed to the initial crash. The Spanish football scandal has claimed a high-profile scalp, with the FA sacking the victorious women's coach, Jorge Vilda. The Spanish Federation won't say why he's been sacked, but Vilda was a close ally of suspended football president Luis Rubiales and has strongly supported Rubiales after he was caught up in the kissing scandal. Former international Montse Tomé will now take over as coach, the first woman to hold the position.